Hey, Reckless Rush here, and welcome to part 15 of our series, Rush to Diamond. So, this is a little weird actually, because as you can see, I've already taken the calendar, and I've done all my quests, and that's actually because this is a continuation from part 14. Typically, I don't actually I've never actually done an RTD episode in the same day, but I mentioned last time that this was in the store and I really want to get this. So the thing is, I already know I won't have enough gold to get this next copy. So we're actually going to be playing out a few games here. I just realized that that's actually way too much. That would actually take too many games. But anyways, we'll see what happens. So this is my deck. Honestly, okay, yeah, we'll just play some ranked. Maybe I can just catch a free brawl win just to not mess that up. But I don't want to make this video too long either. That's the problem. So it's against gold Swarm player. Hope you guys are doing good. Hope you guys are enjoying the series. This will probably be posted before my stream. Yeah, I believe so. This is going to be posted before my stream. I'm going to be doing a stream basically the same day that I post this video. So just stay tuned for that. It's going to be a little interesting. I'm trying to incorporate some new things to make the stream, more interesting, of course, for the viewers. I think it'll be lots of fun, and it does require a lot of audience attention for me to actually do whatever I'm going to do. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. So yeah, if you're able to, then it'd be really appreciated if you join in. So here you have you can just Saber Pause Potion. Not a fan of that. You could also Head Start Potion. Honestly, Head Start Potion is better technically, because the way they're playing Moonlit, you have quite a few turns and the 1 strength is better. I want to cycle first though, because you can draw, I think Doppelbox here would be better. Snow, yeah, it's hard to say, but either way, cycling here is still better, because I guess in the late game, yeah, in the late game it should be fine. Now that I see, let's see, this will buff 1, so I'll make it 5. Tricky, but I'm going to do this. If I do this, I basically have 2 defenders now for next turn, and I'm looking at a Devastator's play. So it's going to be interesting what happens next. We can Devastators. I'm looking to Devastators this. There's this common mistake players make. I don't know for what reason, but so they played Pan Heralds on this tile, right, on this column, and then they had a fight here. The Shady Goal, the Pan Heralds had a fight, and the Shady Goal won, right? But just because you lost this war, this minuscule war, doesn't mean you still keep putting pressure here. Yeah, this makes more sense. You should be applying more pressure on the other sides of the map. So, for example, this was weaker, I'm saying. From a neutral perspective, this is weaker than the Head Start token, so it makes more sense to defend the Head Start token there. But a lot of players, for whatever reason, opt out to finish the battle with this 1 strength, and they'll fight there. Anyways, this play is pretty obvious. You want to obviously do this. And you want to do this. It's perfectly fine. And then cycle Restless makes sense. You want to cycle so you can get this back as soon as you can. So I played it first. And Gifted is also a really good card, so because it's level 3. I was also realizing that in one of the episodes before, I mentioned that I was going to upgrade my Gifted recruits, right? But I'm kind of trolling because I'm never ever going to use Fusion Stones on commons. So that's not actually going to happen. I don't know why I said that, honestly. But we can upgrade Restless Goats actually, or Devastators. We're saving the Fusion Stones for Devastators. We're pretty close to it. So those are actual better alternatives. Okay, so we have a lot of time here. You can see the board's pretty stale and we have a lot of time to play around with. So I'll cycle this. Yeah, I mean, this works out. It's kind of weird, but I think it makes sense to actually kill this here. It's not amazing or anything, but it makes sense to kill it because they have 2 units here, and the only other option would be to fight their units. And so either I kill the building there or I kill these 2 units. I mean, yeah, you're kind of indifferent between the 2. The only other, I guess, suggestion, consideration would be that if you keep the building alive, you can use Devastator's Forgotten Souls on that tile. But the one downside to leaving it up would be that the units, the future units that this person will play are also going to get buffed. You can see this player's deck, like it's literally just buff Satyr. I'm just letting you know, for these kind of decks, if the enemy runs, and not if the enemy, if you run, I guess if the enemy plays like a Beast of Terror against this deck, they pretty much guaranteed lose. That's like a fact. So I'm not really a fan of these kind of decks. Anyways, we have perfect mana efficiency here, so I'm actually going to play it all out instead of buffing anything. And I don't want to play it. I would like playing it here would be actually better because you want to pressure the right hand side, but I can't do it anyway, so it makes sense to just play it here. And remember, you want to play the cards that actually matter most. So it actually makes sense to buff this one. It's being defended by this and this, and then you can just play. Yeah, I want to play this first and then play this after, because let's say I played this card first and then it like puts the unite unit here, then it's kind of weird. Now I can't play my... You don't want to mess up your doppelbox play here. If you have more room to work around with, then it makes sense to do it. Like if this tile was open, for example, you could summon Militia first and then see what happens there. But realistically on this board, if this unit didn't exist, you could just base lock these 3 tiles. So either way, it wouldn't actually work out to ever summon Militia on that kind of board. Okay. Sweet, so that's game 1. Can't even see their base health, but yeah, there you go. Game 1, easy. The downside to... The reason why we won that game so easily was mainly because of their deck. Their deck is really slow and typically bad at defending. Like right there, their final turn before they lost was pretty bad. They played a card that you will never see ever again in higher ranks. Okay, so here, obvious cycle. It's against Shadowfen. Interesting consideration. Yeah, I mean, this hand's like whatever. So I'll just play like this, I guess. I'm going to play a little bit like this is a little weird, but I'm playing it like this because I want to separate them a bit. I mean, you could also just play it center right, but if you play it center right, yeah, it's not a big difference, I guess, but I don't know. I'm just trying to like just move them away, at least for now. Okay, interesting. So that's weird. So if I actually did play the prototype center here, center right, I would have had a Devastator's play here. But that's alright. We have a nice potion play. I'm definitely going to do that. Yeah, I think it makes sense to buff the strongest unit here. So I'll buff this. Play this after. And then honestly, they're in this kind of setup, you can definitely consider cycling Devastators first, because like if you notice the board, you're not going to be playing Devastators for a while. I probably should have done it first, honestly, now that I think about it. Yeah, it's not going to see this play for a while. I should have cycled it first. So that was actually a misplay. Cycling first would have been a lot better. Oh wow, Feral Shamans. You never see that the card. It works out so nicely in their favor here. Buffing this is actually better than buffing this one, so I'm glad it buffed the Shaman instead of the Toad here. Okay, I mean, there's literally like no other play you can make on this board, because there's just, everything's flooded, so you just have to play with what you have. This is fine. That's fine. So now you're kind of choosing like which one do you want here. Let me see. I honestly think this was 5 mana, so next turn 6 mana. I'm going to draw Saber Paws. I'm going to draw Forgotten Souls, which I'll have to cycle. Yeah, I think I cycle this. Yeah, that works out. I just wanted to get 3 2 manas for the 6 mana turn. But it's not just that, it's also the fact that if you look at the board, it's going to be in a state where Shady Ghoul doesn't really see play unless you throw it into the base. So yeah, this is exactly what I mean. Like, I can't play on the right hand side here. Like, Shady Ghoul will just have to suicide into this or suicide into the base. And in those cases, this is just better in my opinion. We can also base lock here. Oh, actually no, you can't. We're really close to, because if we use Forgotten Souls here. But anyways, I cycled Devastators relatively late, so I'll have to cycle this as early as I can here. Interesting. Because if we didn't cycle that, GP would have been a lot better here on that turn. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of weird, but because GP here is actually better than the Restless, I want to use GP. Yeah, I want to use GP here. So you play it like this. Which, I mean, it kind of sucks. Because in the late game, not in the late game, in the higher ranks, Restless Goat is actually pretty absurd. Like 2 mana, deal 5 and has 2 movement. In the lower ranks, it's a bit underwhelming, but it's really good for Trinity openers in this deck, so it's worth running in my opinion. Crimson Century. Yeah, I mean, that's why you don't want to play your cards like all your units so like confined and like that. Like they got a lot of value out of that, obviously. It's 3 mana, deal 5. And I would have done more because it poisons as well. Oh, execution 4 mana on that? That's so bad. That's so good for me though. Okay, interesting hand. So in most cases you would just play the 2 mana, 2 mana, 3 mana, but in this deck where we're running a lot of 3 manas, it actually kind of makes sense to cycle this. Because you can draw 3 mana like Personal Servers or Potion, and then you're pretty good to go. And we're also looking at Gifted, so 3 mana or 2 mana is good here. Even Devastator is actually decent here. Potion, yeah, there you go. So the Potion is really strong here. Again, you don't want to play it. Okay, I'm gonna play like this. I'm not gonna misplay. So you play like that. You play it bordering because you don't want. This is pretty bad, but that's alright. It's at least it's free value, I guess. So you want the weaker unit obviously defending this side, and I was considering playing it in the 3rd column here, the right center right column, but like if they play witches, it's pretty doomed. So let's not do that. And if they attack, oh my, everyone has Tegor whenever I do these setups. Now it's all just RNG. Hate it. Don't buff this. Oh my gosh. Of course. Of course, it has to be like that. Is this so risky now? Okay, well, let me see. Because you can play it greedy. Given that they just played that, I'm gonna play a little safe here. Should I play safe though? Like I'm honestly considering just doppel here, just because that's pretty good defense, and then after that just go full damage. But I think that's a little greedy. I'll defend here, at least a little. Huh, let me see. I think this is fine. So the reason this is fine is because even if they like board clear, for example, I'm hoping that this moves up, and I have Forgotten Souls lethal. So they also just use their 2 movement unit, so that's why it's fine. So the reason why giving strength there was really bad. Oh my gosh, we actually lost. I'm actually sad. But what was I saying? So the reason why giving strength there was really bad, if you check Tegor's ability, it has like obviously a lot of RNG involved, and then if you like analyze it, basically I guess you can say stat wise the give strength one is the most value. Now of course it depends on the situation, because giving strength won't always be that great. Okay, I have to cycle here first because of potential shady ghoul. Yeah, there you go. If I didn't cycle first, then yeah, you already know it doesn't make sense to not cycle first there. Unless you like know you have green prototypes, then it makes sense too. So anyways, back to the Tegor conversation. If you check stat wise, giving strength is the highest like value, I guess you can say, and then dealing damage is second highest, and then spawning a dragon is the lowest value. So that's why when I gave strength and the unit was already at my base, like it was pretty doomed. It was pretty doomed. I played actually. So hard to say, like I played greedy there though. I actually defended. I can't expect them to run both Tegor and the thing, but I guess my fault still. I don't know how we lost that. Sad. So cycle this. Yeah, we have to use both our 2 manas. I'll take it top right. Shadowfen is so annoying. This is like whatever. When you play like this, the best position for the head start to land would have been center right here. Technically, like in every other game it would be, but in Shadowfen games, it's not because they can play like witches and drain both. So actually this is like okay, which is so weird. Like the fact that unoptimal RNG is actually optimal is it's kind of annoying, but that's how it works, I guess. That's annoying too. That's actually really annoying. Oh my goodness. Now the game gets really rough here. Oh my gosh. Cycle. I don't want to deal with that. Like I just do not want to deal with that. And then there's like the other issue where if I don't deal with it, it's just so annoying. I can't even, I would like to play center right gifted here, but Shadowfen is Shadowfen, so I can't even do that. I have to play like this. And again, it's like unoptimal. I mean, I guess I could have also just traded here, but trading here, I just lose my front line again, and I don't want to do that, so... Let's see, maybe we can clutch a win, but this play was pretty good. It's level 3 as well. Yeah, this is exactly what I mean, see? If I had played my gifted right here, center right, I just lose. If I played it to center, corner left, I guess you say, whatever, column left, then I still kind of just lose. So, all in all, not a fan of that. But, oh, I can't even devastate it properly here. This is so sad. But actually, this is fine. This is fine. So the play here would have to be just setting down high strength. I'm going to play it like this. You want to get your potion back as fast as you can in these kind of games. So, wait, why did I trade there? Wait, that was so dumb. Okay, I don't know why I even traded there. For some reason, my brain was thinking like this unit will do something. That was dumb. The only time you would actually trade there is if your prototype survives, but that was dumb. That was a waste of 2 strength there. Oh my gosh, we're alive. We're actually alive, because if they did that in our base, we would have been like actually like lost the game. Oh, we can actually clutch a win. So how do we play this now? Does it matter which side? I don't think it matters that much. So play this, and then we cycle not the Restless Goats, because in this board, Restless Goats does more than Head Start. So yeah, we're looking for like right here. You can, if we didn't have Saber Paws, for example, you can Restless Goats, Personal, and then Forgotten. They just played this card. And it's really hard to somehow get some kind of like play on this board. Like there's no way, please give me the win. 7, 9, 10, 12. Are you serious? Okay, that's fine. At least we reset their board. Okay. I mean, what really sucks is that the shitty goal won't bounce properly. Like if I played it on the other side, it has a chance of bouncing properly. Now it doesn't. So if you Saber Paws buff and then throw it in, that's only 5 damage. That's not worth it. Yeah, here you have to cycle this then. That's so close. That's 7. Oh my god. I mean, honestly, I think we do it. It's like the perfect time to do it. So you play it like this. It's the perfect time to do it. I'm going to lose frontline here, most likely. So I'm just going to have to look for resetting frontline, I guess. I'm not so sure what else to say. This was pretty lame, but they run, the Butchers has 4 strength. So if there's 2 units on the board that are 1 strength, we just lose. Like, if they have the front line for it, which would be next turn, they will have the front line for it most likely. They just need a 1 movement. And they do play Rain of Frogs. So that's obviously potential lethal for them. They don't win this board, but I'm just saying in the long run they could. So I need to be like really cautious with what's happening. Cautious rush. Like that's like this is already anticipated. All of this is anticipated. The next part is not what's anticipated. Interesting board. Okay, so I want my Shady Ghoul not to die. So honestly, the way I see, the best way I can see to play it would be something like this. The problem is I'm not getting any value out of any of this, and I don't like that. Okay, we're just gonna play really suboptimally here, I guess. It's gonna be really weird. But like, I can kind of see this working out in our favor, so I guess I just throw this anywhere. I don't really care where this goes. I need to cycle it, that's why. So like, this is fine. Playing it is technically better than actually cycling it. So the reason why I played it like really weird like that, as you can see, I'm trying to hit this. Okay, nice. So me playing the GP there was actually like, it saved me 1 damage there. Oh shoot, or not. Okay, wait, this is fine actually. As long as they don't have lethal here, which they don't, for 4 mana, this is fine. This is really scary, honestly. But it's fine, it's fine. Okay, so let me see. You cycle this, obviously. This card, this doesn't do anything here. Okay. This is okay. We're okay. How do we play it? We're going to draw Shady Ghouls, not Shady Ghoul, Saberpaw soon. Also drawing Forgotten Soul soon. I think this is the way to play it. Again, these plays, some of them don't even like do anything. It's kind of weird. It's a little weird like that. So what I'm trying to do basically is I'm not letting them push. Like, they're not able to play anywhere here to where they can win. I mean, if they're really clean, somehow they have Toxic Sacrifice like this, or Toxic Sacrifice here into Butchers. That'd be pretty nasty. But this is fine. This is good actually. If this has to bounce left, which is still pretty decent. This dying doesn't matter to me. Like, this perfect trade, I don't even care. That's perfect. This does worry me. Okay, so this is going here, so I still have the position there. This is 8. Oh, this is so risky, man. Okay, this card doesn't see play. I have to cycle this now. I'm trying to look to kill this, but I don't have the damage for it. Yeah, I would have to kill this to win, but I don't have the damage for it. So cycle this first. Oh god, do you guys see the lethal? Do you guys see the lethal? Sweet. We played that pretty perfectly, I'd say. Let's go. So cycle first, obviously, there, because head start doesn't do anything for you. The way my positioning there was actually like really clean. Yeah, I don't know. Like, one thing I was worried about in that game was the fact that they had level advantage, which, well, at least in my opinion, they did. From like, first of all, they were base health 14 last game, and then they were playing like pretty strong cards. So here, I mean, it's pretty obvious. Like I mentioned this before, Shady Ghoul opener is pretty absurd for Swarm in the first turn. And yeah, you cycle this because you don't want it. And it's not just like absurd. Like, it's technically better than Trinity openers in some cases, especially in higher ranks. It actually is a lot better because it kind of like guarantees your front line to stay there. Even if they hit it, this still has the token bounce, and your front line will in most cases still stay put. But like, if you Trinity opener against Swarm and then they have their own Trinity opener, for example, they can easily just take out all your units and then they're back to square one. It's not really fun. So this kind of weird board, I think I would do these two just because I need the movement. In other cases, you could consider potioning, but it's against Swarm and you need to actually play aggressive here. So this does make sense. Honestly, I think I'll do it. I'll just do it because, so this is a little sneaky play. I'm going to look to Gifted Potion next turn on top right. These Summon Militias are the worst things, honestly. Hate it. So I don't like this card at all, honestly. So look at this, for 4 mana, you get 4 strength. This is level 3, by the way, and you deal 1 damage to enemy base. So in total, you get 4 mana, 5 strength, I guess you can say, and 1 movement. I mean, this is 3 mana, and this already gives 5 strength. So then you all have like prototypes, for example, as well on top of that. There's a lot of reasons why it's not really a fan of that. So they actually defended properly. Like, I was trying to hope I'd bait them here, but since they defended properly, now I have to switch up my play, of course. So the way I do that, it's also a potential consideration to cycle like Forgotten Souls here, and then just wait for the late game. I think I will do it. Yeah, I think I will do it. I don't think I'll see myself playing this for a while, so I'll cycle it now. Only because of the board again. Like the board tells you everything you need to know. So then you push in the weakest unit here. Swarm generally isn't that great at dealing damage to big units. But the reason why I separated it was because in case they do have a way to kill it, then at least I get the gifted in, which is 3 damage. Whereas let's say I put all my potion on this and then they clear it, I only get 2 damage in. So yeah, I think this works out. This is also really good. This kind of setup is great because most enemies won't catch this. They'll just focus on defending these 2. And when they focus on defending these 2... Oh, okay, that was really good for me. This is really good for me. So when they focus on defending these 2, now I get a Devastator's Doppel play here. Pretty good. So now this is interesting. I'm also getting pressured a bit. And quite honestly, I could die. Can I die? If they have a... That sucks. So this is 8. This is so sad. And they have a lot of level 3s, as you can see. Like, their cards are pretty strong. If they have a level 3 Herald Him, I lose. But I mean, there's no other thing I could have... There's literally nothing I could have done this game other than whatever I did. So this card obviously sees no place to cycle that. So I mean, at this point, you just have to pray. Pray that they don't have level 3 Herald Him, or you lose. And honestly, if they have Herald Him, it would be level 3. Just looking at their levels. So, I don't know what to say. Just hope they don't have it. Or you lose. So, there's not much else I can say. Sadly. And we win. So they don't have it. So we win. I don't know. I feel like if the opposing player there, if they knew how to cycle properly, they would have won that game. Because against... Oh, we're 4 off. This is rough. This is actually rough. We're 4 off. What should I do? Should I cut the video here? And then I'll just play 4 games next episode, I guess. I think that makes sense. So that's going to end it for this episode. Hope you enjoyed, and yeah, have a good day. Peace.